Hey, what's up, you boys? It's your boy, Mafy Arrash, back with another video, back with another podcast episode. Got my phone here with me. We're gonna talk about some stuff. But the most important thing that I really want to talk about right now is, I think, it's all catching up to us. The thing about Greenland, with President Trump. Uh, if I can upload a video for you guys, you'll be right playing right now.
Would you like me to say a few words of Greenland? I was going to leave it out of the speech, but I think I would have been reviewed very negatively. I have tremendous respect for both the people of Greenland and the people of Denmark.
Welcome back from that short 60 seconds video if I'm able to download it from my laptop. But I'm going to try to search about the most recent news about Greenland and President Trump. This was 15 hours ago from Channel News Asia. This is a latest news I got. Trump announces Greenland framework backing out force and terrorists. To those who don't know what terrorists are, there's a video about President Trump talking about Trump.
It's very windy out here. We didn't want to bring out the big charts because it had no chance of standing. Fortunately, we came armed with a little smaller chart. China, first row, 67%. That's tariffs charged to the USA. So we're going to be charging a discounted reciprocal tariff of 34%. I think, in other words, they charge us, we charge them less. So how can anybody be upset? They will be, because we never charge anybody anything, but now we're going to charge. You know, you think of European Union, very friendly. They rip us off. It's so sad to see. It's so pathetic. 39%, we're going to charge them 20%, so we're charging them essentially half. Indonesia, Malaysia, Cambodia. Oh, look at Cambodia, 97%. We're going to bring it down to 49%. They made a fortune with the United States of America. United Kingdom, 10%. And we'll go 10%. So we'll do the same thing. At the same time, we will establish a minimum baseline tariff of 10%. You notice that on the chart. And that'll be on other countries to help rebuild our economy and to prevent cheating.
The Greenland deal gets everything we wanted and will be enforced forever, says US President Donald Trump. So this is from Greenland. I don't know why USA needs Greenland, but from my knowledge is that Russia has many other army base in the area of within Greenland and USA, and I think if USA can occupy Greenland, it will help the country a lot. As Donald Trump said in his speech, USA first, and I think a lot of people need to open their eyes on why Donald Trump want to occupy or want to take over Greenland. There's always a reason when someone want to do something, you know what I mean? So yeah, I don't know how to say this person's name, but Davos, US, Davos. I think Davos is from somebody. I'm not sure. US President Donald Trump said Wednesday, January 21st, he had reached a framework of a deal that certifies him on Greenland as he backed down both on threats to seize the island by force from Denmark and on opposing threats against the European allies. To those who don't know, Denmark is a country that has a royal family that I'm pretty sure Greenland falls under that country. If I'm not wrong, my history, my geographic is F. It's a really a F thing. That means fail. It's not fantastic, alright? To those critics, whatever shit. So yeah, Trump said, this is from Donald Trump himself. This is from Channel News Asia, the source. I get it from my phone. So yeah, Trump said the deal was long term, but offered few details and was conspicuously silent on whether the deal would mean USA control over the Arctic island, which he has repeatedly demanded. We I think he demanded it so many times ago in his talk. So yeah. To those who wondering what happened to my microphones, then well, it broke. I'm still in the process to find a new one, but for now, I don't think I'm playing with a new one. So yeah. Anyway, back to the topic. Trump made the starting link. Yeah, my English I also failed. I think I need to take anti-English again. Then around after talks with NATO's Secretary General Mark, I don't know how to pronounce his last name, so I will pronounce the last name because I don't want to make fun of it, and then you guys make fun of it on social media platform. At the World Economic Forum in the sixth case result of the Davos. Oh, okay, Davos is a. I'm pretty sure Davos is not somebody. It's a place. Okay. To those who don't know what this video is, I'm going to try to find it on TikTok or IG, and then you will start to play right now.
When it comes to the Arctic, I think President Trump is right. Other leaders in NATO are right. We need to defend the Arctic. We know that the sea lanes are opening up. We know that China and Russia are increasingly active in the Arctic. There are 8 countries bordering on the Arctic. 7 are a member of NATO. That's Finland and Sweden and Norway and Denmark, Iceland, Canada and the US. And there's only 1 country bordering on the Arctic outside NATO, and that's Russia. And I would argue there is a 9th country, which is China, which is increasingly active in the Arctic region. So President Trump and other leaders are right. We have to do more there. We have to protect the Arctic against Russian and Chinese influence. And that's exactly what NATO ambassadors decided to do in September. We are working on that, making sure that collectively we will defend the Arctic region.
Okay, welcome back for that short or long video. Anyway, back to the topic. Okay, I don't know how to talk in Donald Trump. I don't know who this is from. We have formed the framework of a future deal with respect to Greenland and in fact the entire Arctic region, Trump said in a post on his Truth social platform. So yes, so that's from the man, the myth, the legend himself, Donald Trump. Trump also said he would therefore scrape trails of up to 25% that he had vowed days ago to slap starting February 1 on Denmark as well as close Europe allies that have sent troops to Greenland in solidarity, including Britain, France, and Germany. That's funny, I didn't know Germany was under Europe. So yeah. Apparently total they sent about 15 troops if I'm not wrong. From what I know they sent about 15 troops. It was all over social media, oh my god. So yeah. Then on a later I'm not pretty sure on a later time or later date, he also told reporters from outlets including AFP that the deal gets everything we wanted and will be enforced forever. So I don't know if that means he get what he wanted or like he you know if you know lah. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to continue from what he also said. Asked if the United States would gain sovereignty over the vast but sparsely populated island, Trump hesitated and then said is the ultimate long-term deal. So basically, from what I got from this is that it's a long-term deal that he may not actually get 100% of it, but he at least gets some of it. Like he at least gets some freedom on that island. He at least gets some US troops to train on that island. I'm pretty sure because there is one Russia base that's close to the Greenland itself. So yeah, if you guys see the world map, it's right somewhere in Russia. Yeah, Russia is a big country, like Russia is a motherland. Anyway, I'm back. Sorry, I think it okay. Anyway, I'm going to continue from what I know and from what he says. I think it puts everybody in a really good position, especially as it pertains to security and minerals and everything else Trump said. I was correct. It involves security. Okay. I don't know why, but inside my brain is just like, what's it? You guys just making fun of me in the comment section down below. Oh, by the way, this podcast has a new TikTok account called Talk with Arrash. So yeah, you guys can go follow it. The link is in my YouTube channel bio. So you guys go hit follow it. Get some views on it. I already post one post. So yeah. Anyway, let's continue. It's a deal that people jump at. Really fantastic for the USA. Gets everything we wanted. So I think if what China News Asia is saying is true, if the keyword is if, then we won't have World War III. We won't have President Trump starting. I don't think he will start war. I think he will end it. He's the opposite of Germany. I'm so sorry, Germany. I love you, but if you know, you know. Anyway, back to the topic. Rutte told AFP on Wednesday that March will remain on Greenland. I think it is pula. My Singlish kick in. Sorry, my bad. I think it was a very good meeting tonight, but there's still a lot of work to be done. Say Rutte. I'm pretty sure this is the same guy named Mark. Rutte is his last name, I think. He said at the World Economic Forum in Davos. I'm pretty sure Davos is somewhere in Switzerland. I'm pretty sure. It may be wrong. To those who live in Switzerland, please tell me in the comment section down below if Davos is still in your country or is it like a city area or what area is it? I want to know. Okay, my geography, my history is very bad. Anyway, let's continue by what Mark said. Mark also said he had not discussed the key issue of Danish sovereignty over Greenland in his meeting with Trump. Oh shit! Oh, everything just spike up, boys. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a spike. Oh shit. Just when I think it won't end up well for President Trump. I think Greenland population are going to be mad for you being there. Asked about oh my god, my voice. Asked about Greenland remaining a territory of Denmark, Rutte told Fox News. Special report with Brett Bayer, hopefully I pronounced his last name correctly, that the issue did not come up anymore in my conversation tonight with the president. Oh shit! That may be a good or bad thing. To me, it's a bad thing because, you're entering a land that has population that's under Denmark and everything. I know it's security reason for the country of USA, but still, shit is about to blow up. Dude, how long is this thing? Okay, we got a couple more, and then I'll move on to the next topic. I know, chill. Okay. He's very much focused on what do we need to make sure that that huge Arctic region where change is taking place at the moment, where the Chinese and Russian are more and more active, how we can protect that. He added that was really the focus our discussion. Okay, if you guys don't know, Russia had 30 countries, 30 ambassador of 30 different countries went to Greenland. I'm pretty sure they went to the Greenland I'm pretty sure it's a criminal or somewhere in Russia to visit Vladimir Putin himself to discuss about some stuff. I don't know. I saw it on TikTok. I don't know is it the real thing. I don't know is it like a week ago, a month ago, or a year ago. Oh my god, it's 2026. I forgot. So yeah. By the time this video is out, it's probably like a long time ago already. But my god, this is going to be a long conversation. Anyway, Rutio also echoed comments earlier to AFP that much work remained to reach an actual deal. Oh shit! Oh wait. Wait. Let's retract back. Wait, didn't Donald Trump also say that? Is it 100% that they confirmed to the deal or they haven't shake hands on it? Okay, wait. Let's continue, shall we? It's gonna get more spicy. We have a good agreement to really start working on this issue. That means that we both agree when you look at NATO and what NATO collectively can do to make sure that the whole Arctic region is safe, he said. Oh shit. Now NATO is involved. NATO spokesperson Alison Hart said that allies will discuss a framework which address strong claims that the island is not protected from Russia or China. Oh shit. They have a video here. I'm not sure if I can. Yeah, I can see it from this app. Oh my god. Negotiation between Denmark, Greenland, and the United States of America will go forward aimed at ensuring that Russia and China never gain a foothold economically or militarily in Greenland, she said. Oh shit. But Vladimir Putin and Xi Jinping never said anything about this. I don't think so. Ah, fuck. Wait, I want to see what is there more to talk about. I want to pick out the key things that okay, we have a bit more. We have like I think one more topic that is like very long, so you guys need to stay with me. I don't grab some popcorn, grab a drink, sit, enjoy the news through your phone, right? And then next we'll talk about some matters that is gonna piss off more people. We live in Europe. This is the second topic by the way, but it's still under Greenland, so yeah. Trump threats had triggered one of the biggest transatlantic crises in decades, with warnings that he could single-handedly destroy NATO through aggression against a fellow member. He's not wrong. USA Army is tough as fuck. Thank you YouTube for censoring that, by the way. So yeah, his apparent climb down East jitters in Denmark along at Steve Fast years, a line where Trump bellicose language had triggered shock and feelings of betrayal. Oh no! I guess a fellow member of NATO is feeling betrayal. What the fuck am I sounding? Okay. Trump said that he will pause the trade war. Ah shit, the WAR word has come out. Wow. He says, I will not attack Greenland. These are positive messages. Foreign Minister Lars Rasmussen told Danish public television DR. Okay, Dutch Prime Minister. The Prime Minister of Dutch. I'm not kidding. unless I pronounce his name wrongly. Dick Skufov. Dick Skusov. I don't know how to pronounce his name. I bet. But I'll put his name right here. Boom. Okay, you guys can tell me how to pronounce it, right? Yeah. Say that the United States and Europe were now on the path to de-escalation. Trump has repeatedly said that the United States, the key force in NATO, deserves Greenland as it will be forced to defend the island against Russia or China, although neither country holds any claim to the island. I was fucking right. Now, none of you guys can make fun of me. Okay, but still, I don't think he's worried about China as much as he needs to worry about Mother Russia, because Mother Russia has many army base in the Arctic region. If you guys see, in the world map. So yeah, the issue dominated Trump's first address to the World Economic Forum in 6 years, in which he slammed Denmark as ungrateful for refusing to give out the Arctic island. I mean, I won't call it ungrateful. I call it reasonable, because that island is under them. That island belongs to them. That island didn't belong to the USA at first, you know. So it makes sense that they didn't give it up easily, and yeah. But he appeared to take the threat of military action off the table. That's surprising. I don't want to use force. I won't use force. All the United States is asking for is a place called Greenland, Trump said. The shift in tone also brought relief to the global markets, with Wall Street's key indices climbing. Ooh. Ooh, wait.
What did you see and hear from the locals?
Yes, hello Jen, that's right, in Nuuk in Greenland, and what I did hear certainly was concern, uncertainty.
Okay, you guys are about to hear the Greenland Showdown 2026 hottest real estate beat. I don't know if this is the same as, but fuck it.
One man specifically said he was disappointed personally in President Trump. They are unsure and confused about the behaviour of an ally towards Greenland, an ally towards Denmark, and we have seen that in the demonstrations. There were anti-US, pro-Greenland demonstrations recently as well. I was at those demos in Copenhagen, and there was a lot of support among the Danish public for the Greenlandic people in the
Now, Ross, to me, it's striking that.
Okay guys, I'm going to skip a few parts. I'm going to skip the parts where they marked that I think is important. So yeah, believe me, it's going to be a bit rude of me. So I'm sorry, but
that Mr. Trump explicitly linked the issue of Greenland to the US invasion of Venezuela. What does that tell us?
It tells us quite a bit. Military action is not off the table when it comes to Greenland, and that is, of course, what was deployed by the United States in terms of the seizure of the former Venezuelan president Nicolas Maduro. Now, Greenland is geographically part of the Northern Hemisphere, so therefore technically the Western Hemisphere, which is the arena that Mr. Trump wants to control. He's spoken recently about the Monroe Doctrine, about the US control in the Western Hemisphere. That's the US's arena and their backyard. They don't want European intervention or other states' intervention in that part of the world. So it shows us that Venezuela is one thing, but Greenland is certainly another place where he is still focused for the second time round. He previously mentioned it in his first term, so it's certainly not an issue that's gone away.
Now, back in 2019, the stakes are just escalating day by day. Isn't it? The rift is now so wide, it's no longer a bilateral issue between the US and Denmark, isn't it? The tariffs are now on 8 European nations, they're all NATO allies. They're boots on the ground now in Greenland. Let's take a step back here. Why does Greenland matter so much strategically to both sides?
Yeah, boots on the ground. I saw dozens of soldiers arriving in my time in Greenland as well. Danish warships moored off the coast, Danish Air Force planes arriving at the airport. It is in a strategic location, this island, between Canada and Norway, the North Atlantic, in the area of the Arctic, close to Russia, certainly for shipping and trade routes. But the island itself is enormous. It is about the same size as the Democratic Republic of Congo, 3 times the size of Texas, bigger than France and Germany and Spain combined, but with a very small population, just under 60,000. And it is a self-governing territory in the Kingdom of Denmark, but foreign and defence is usually run from Copenhagen.
President Trump has said that Russia and China will take Greenland if the US does not. How much weight does this argument carry? Russia and China have made no comment on this so far.
The Danish foreign minister said that, according to Danish intelligence, there have not been Chinese warships in the waters around Greenland for at least 10 years. China has said that the Arctic should be an area for collective responsibility for international countries to be working together, not for countries to be pursuing private interests. In terms of the Chinese maritime threat or the Russian threat, all of the research from maritime institutions in Europe follows and agrees with the line which has been put out by Denmark, that at the moment they're not seeing possibility of Chinese or Russian, certainly military action to try to seize the island.
The US is talking about national security, but Denmark is a NATO ally, which is all about the national security of all members. So beyond military bases and national security, how much is this about other issues? For example, resources and shipping routes?
Resources, Greenland has a lot. It's raw material deposits, a lot of rare earth elements. We know that the US and Europe are trying to wean themselves off a reliance on China for critical minerals. Denmark's territory of Greenland has a lot, from copper and zinc and lead and titanium up in the northwest, and rare earths such as zirconium and niobium down in the southern part of the country, but also believed to have untapped hydrocarbons, untapped oil as well. So there is a belief by Greenlanders that they would hope to be able to develop these areas of that industry responsibly for their own wealth. But there is also fear, and I did hear this on the streets of Nuuk speaking to Greenlanders, that if the US came, it wouldn't just be for national security. They would have potential mining, exploration and other commercial interests that would put at risk the natural environment across the country. Greenland has the world's second biggest ice sheet after Antarctica. At points it's 2 miles deep. The weight of the ice is more than 3 quadrillion tons, and it weighs so much it's pushed the land it sits on below sea level, and this ice is starting to melt. And if all of the ice in Greenland were to melt, then global sea levels would rise by 7 meters. So it's a huge quantity of ice. It's a very fragile environment. There are a lot of mineral deposits, a lot of rare earth elements, possibly untapped oil reserves as well. So there is a lot at stake outside national security.
All that long list have the potential. Speaking of seizing of states in history, Ross, now in 1932, the then US Secretary of State Henry Stimson came up with the Stimson Doctrine, which is a policy that states created because of a war of aggression will not be recognized. And this was in reaction back then to Japan's unilateral invasion of Manchuria. The UN Charter has since incorporated that Stimson Doctrine. So legally speaking, Ross, is there any pathway for the US to acquire Greenland?
That's the question, Jen, that Donald Trump has been posing himself. He says that, in his opinion, a couple of boats turned up a few hundred years ago and claimed the land, and he doesn't understand the legal basis for that. Some people might also argue that a few hundred years ago, a couple of boats from Britain turned up in the United States and claimed the land. There is also that idea as well, because of the indigenous people who were there in the United States before. So there's a perhaps shaky ground there to use the idea of a couple of boats turning up and claiming land. There has been Norse settlers and Danish settlers, and there has always been the indigenous Inuit community that have lived there. And then Greenland came through when Norway and Denmark were running more or less the same kingdom, the Kalmar Union, in 1300. Then Greenland became part of Denmark, and then there was long periods where there was not much settling going on when the Inuit community came and went. And we've had recognition since the official Danish settler arrived in 1700s.
NATO's Article 5 states that an attack on one member is an attack on all and will warrant a joint response from all NATO members.
Alright guys, this part is gonna be fun. It's the beginning of the end of NATO. Shit. Anyway, I'm gonna play this. It's going to last for quite some time, so you guys got to get ready your headphones. Headphones advice, please be on.
NATO's Article 5 states that an attack on one member is an attack on all and will warrant a joint response from all NATO members. There's no article, though, in NATO that guides what happens when one NATO member attacks another, does it? I don't think any founding members of NATO ever imagined the scenario of an enemy within. In a nutshell, is this the beginning of the end of NATO?
That's what the Danish Prime Minister says will happen if one NATO member attacks another. If the US were to seize Greenland militarily, you would have the possibility of NATO troops, they were Danish or Norwegian or French, in Greenland facing an invasion by NATO troops from the United States. It would be unparalleled, and the French president has said that if that happens, there would be knock-on consequences of great historical significance. We've been in unprecedented territory. Emmanuel Macron saying that we would all suddenly be living in a new world if the US seized Greenland militarily. NATO at the moment is trying to focus particularly on supporting Ukraine in the war with Russia. So if NATO were tearing itself apart by fighting each other, that certainly potentially would be seen as something that would be greatly impacting its ability to support Ukraine, and it would be a rupture of the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, which was founded in the 1940s and now
even are, of course, totally unacceptable.
Alright, I won't continue the rest because the rest is quite spicy, and yeah, I'm pretty sure you guys don't listen to the rest. Anyway, so yeah, that's like quite a long footage of talking about Greenland and other stuff. I'm pretty sure when I talk about this, a lot of people are gonna be pissed off, but who give a damn, man. Anyway, this is before we jump to the next topic, alright? We gotta take some time off this before the next topic. Anyway, I'm stuck in a position, you know, right? So before I started recording this episode, I was thinking, should I restart my podcast from number one, or should I continue from wherever I stopped? So now I make the option. Now I make the option. Welcome to episode 1 of Talk with Arrash. Yes, guys, I'm restarting my podcast episode from number 1. To those who want to see my old podcast video, you guys can go to my main YouTube channel, Mafy _Arrash. The main YouTube channel will be linked in the description down below. Go ahead, click the description down below. Subscribe to that main YouTube channel, because that main YouTube channel is going to have gaming videos soon, or later this year, or even later next year, soon around here. And but anyway, we're going to jump to the next topic, where I'm pretty sure it's much important than the Greenland thing. Mental health in Singapore. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we should talk about this, you know, mental health in Singapore. I didn't want to talk about this because, like, from my old podcast video, I've talked about mental health so many times. But you know, sometimes it's like you need to talk about it, you know. But just give me a moment. I'm searching for reliable source. Guys, I found my reliable source. It's called Google. Okay, to those who don't know this, I'm currently like I've recently filmed a video with, I'm not sure if I can talk about this, but a group of youth where they have special hotlines for teens like me who has mental health issue, which I don't think so. So yeah. But anyway, I found reliable source on why teens are struggling with mental health. And if you are one of those teens that having mental health, please go seek help. Talk to a close friend, talk to a listening ear, talk to your favorite cousins, your favorite siblings, your favorite uncle, your favorite auntie, your favorite parent, your favorite teacher, your favorite counselor. You guys get the point, right? It's not a bad thing for you guys seeking help. It's a good thing for you guys to seek help than the thing happening bad to you guys, you know. Like, mental health is no joke. That thing will in and out, because when you say to yourself like you got no mental health, but you do and you start showing and teachers start recognizing it, teachers will say, oh, you need to go to counseling, you need to go for therapy. I admit that thing will be a pain in your ass, but it's for the better, it's for yourself, it's not for others, it's for yourself. At the end of the day, whatever you do, it shows who you are. So yeah, if you guys got mental health, please go seek help, because it's never too late to get help. It's never too late to say that, hey, I'm out here with this kind of issue and I need help. I admit it won't be easy. It'll be hard for you to admit, like, I got a mental health issue, I need to seek for help, I need to talk to a person. It will be hard, but nothing is impossible if you make it possible. If you make it possible, remember, this thing is not a race, it's a life journey. Overcome it at your own pace. You don't need to prove everyone wrong. I was once in your shoe when I thought that I need to prove everyone wrong, but at the end of the day, when I'm turning to my 19, when I'm turning to 19, which is this year, I see one thing is that life is not a race, it's a journey. Overcome all the challenges at your own pace. Like somebody once said, God give challenges to his warriors or those who worship him. Maybe the thing that you want to happen didn't happen because of him. God always has a plan, and maybe his plan is better than yours. Trust the process. Mental health is part of the life journey. Mental health is part of the life challenges. Everyone goes through mental health. Your parents, your uncles, your auntie, your grandparents, your great great grandparents, your cousins, your siblings, your ancestors, and so on. But the one thing that some of them didn't do, or some of them say is a mistake, is that they never seek help. Don't do the same mistake. Be different. Go seek help. Sometimes seeking help is much better than you just keeping quiet and you sitting there staring to the skies and touching something that can destroy your lungs, something that can end your life, something that can cause you cancer, something that can make your parents cry because you're gone at such a young age. But I understand that behind every boy and girl that touch a cigarette or a vape or a pen knife that starts to slash themselves, start to smoke, start to vaping, all that, has a story on why they did it. Maybe it relieves the stress. Maybe maybe they didn't have anyone, or didn't feel like they can tell that person this, because that person may tell their friend this, and then if they never protect the friendship, it may got out into the public, and then the public will talk shit about them, and then so on and so on. But do not I would say do not trust anyone 100%. Trust them at least 50%. One of the most biggest mental health issue I admit is trust issue. But yeah, but sooner or later, like, if you guys keep quiet, you guys will notice, but you guys will also grow quieter. Your face will become like, you guys will be called like so many different names. You guys will be called scary, you guys will be called angry all the time. So please, by all means, go seek help. Talk to a counselor, talk to a therapist if you guys need to. Get a friend who is a listening ear. Get a friend that who you can trust. Get a friend that they can sit beside 24/7, sorry. They can sit beside for hours and talk about your problems, and then who knows, he or she can advise you on so many things. That's the thing, because real friendship to me is not about how long you guys know each other. It's about how many times do you guys argue and get back into the friendship, because that is real friendship. That's the real quality in friendship. To me, maybe to you guys it's different, but to me, that's to me. I have a friend called Hurin who, if you guys are old fan of mine and you guys like from my old YouTube channel, you guys may know she was the co-host of my old podcast named Hurin. We have been friends since 2020, so now it's been 6 years. 6 long fucking years. I mean, we had some arguments. We never seen eye to eye on some stuff, but right now our friendship are better than ever. I mean, I don't open up to her as much as I did in secondary school, but she's one of those person that I know if I have anything, if I have problems, if I need a fucking listening ear, she's the one person I'll run to. There's a friend that you guys want to find, that you guys may have some arguments, but they will put you to the side and say, hey, take your time, and then we'll talk about it and apologize to each other, and we promise not to do it again. That's the friendship that you guys want to find. Me and Hurin, we didn't get on the same pace at first when we first met, of course, but Hurin was a great listening ear. I mean, she was one of those friends that I run to. Hell, in secondary school I didn't have the affairs that I needed, that I have in IT right now, so she helped me a lot. But at the other day, the one thing that we we never talk about was in our secondary school days, because we done a lot of things that we have regretted, or like we didn't want to do it but we did it anyway. So yeah. Anyway, back to the mental health shit. Okay. Why are teens struggling on mental health? Teens are struggling with mental health due to a mix of factors, including intense academic and social pressures, identity formation challenges, family issues, bullying, social economic stress, and the pervasive influence of social media and digital life, all impacting their developing brains during a vulnerable life stage. Traumatic experiences, chronic illnesses, social inequalities, and limited access to support for the couple. This risk making it a multi-factor crisis. The one thing that I want to take a key point from here is intense academic. I admit, parents and teachers are some parents and teachers are focused on our academics way too hard. I can admit that after 19 years of schooling, I can admit that. But at the end of the day, you have to see at their point of view. Like, why did they want you to get that grade? Why not they didn't want you to get a lower grade than what they set for you? Because they may not get to that school that you want to go so badly, and then they want you to get to that school because you can be the first one in your family, or you can be the second one in your family. For me, I really want to go to uni. So yeah, I'm currently in ITE college, so I'm going to poly then uni. But in the between, I got to serve my national service, of course. But anyway, back to the mental health shit. Intense academic. Academic is the top three on why we teenagers have mental health. I mean, when we first start secondary school or PSLE for Singaporeans, we will say like, oh, we don't have mental health issue, but what some teachers don't say is that we stay up all night studying for our PSLE, studying for our secondary school exams, because our secondary school exams was as important as PSLE, because if you fail PSLE, you get to choose either between 3 to 2 schools, if I'm not wrong. And those 3 to 2 schools may make all parents mad as a Singaporean child. Do what those schools has a reputation about. So yeah. And if you fail a secondary school exam for O-level students, you either can choose, or you can then to choose to skip IT and go straight to poly, O-level students, I know if I'm wrong, like you guys can tell me in the comment section down below. And if you guys get a bad grade, you guys need to go to ITE, and then you guys need to take a longer path. Secondary school students, those who pass PSLE, can either choose you can go to ITE then poly, or secondary school then poly. For students that fail PSLE, aka foundation, or I'm not sure how the primary school program works now. Foundation, or what's another one? Standard. If you fail PSLE, you either need to choose non-flight, assumption pathway, or what's the other one? I only know these two. There might be another one. I'm not sure. Academic is hard. I mean, even when I got my GPA last year, at the beginning of the year was 3.8, and then it went down to 3.0 because the first beginning half of the year I was taking my studies way too seriously, skipping sleeps, sitting on the wall that you guys are saying, studying on the table, facing my laptop for hours. I mean, then the second half of the year, something kicked in me and says, I'm taking this thing way too seriously, way too hard, skipping sleep, basically just like, yeah, way too bad. So yeah. But the one thing that I think is reasonable for, I think the one thing that is good about grades is that if you get a better grade, for example, ITE, right? If you get a GPA higher than 3.5 for my course, you can straight away skip the higher NITEC and go straight to poly, which that is what I want, and that is what I'm saying to myself, that maybe this half of the year I need to take it seriously. This year I need to take it seriously, because if I didn't get GPA higher than 3.5, I need to go a longer way higher which is higher NITEC, which is work and study diploma, or higher NITEC, then poly. I'm not sure which way, but I forgot. So yeah, grades is of course the top three. The another one I would say is family issues. We as teenagers or as young adults in primary school, to me young adults is those kids who have access to internets like YouTube, Google, all that shit. Those are young adults to me. Is that sometimes when you go to school is not a asylum for us. School is not a prison for us. School is not hell for us. School is like the escape for them. Like sometimes when you see kids that are quiet at the back, never talk to anyone, they may have a family issue at home which they are not comfortable to talk about. The one thing that I feel why kids or teenagers are not willing to talk about their family issues to a counselor or a therapist is that their school provide is because like they will call your parents out. They will regularly call your parents. They don't give a fuck. They will call your parents out to your school and then talk about it. Like your parents will be by the side of you. You'll be the center, and your counselor will be in front of you. Really talk about like what you tell them, and then your parents can just deny and like that's not happening, and then your counselor may or may not believe them. That's not up to you. That's up to the counselor, and that is why I feel like teenagers are hiding their family issues from counselors that are recommended by their school. And sometimes teenagers, and if a parent is watching this, and sometimes your teenagers may be telling their friend like what's happening at home, and their friend may be listening here and advice to them like, hey, maybe your dad is going through something, or hey, maybe your mom is stressed from work, or hey, your dad is stressed from work, probably stressed on getting food on the table. But the one thing that I want you guys to do, which to the parents, is that never ever treat your kid wrongly, because they will get traumatized. And to those parents who like will probably ask themselves like, why are my kids so excited to go to school because just know school is not an asylum for them. School is a escape for them because school has their friends, has those friends that will make them smile, laugh, be happy. Which you won't see that side of them because all the family issues that is happening at home, maybe in front of their cousins, you guys are different, but at home, you guys are probably a different story. That's the one thing that I feel that most parents, most family it's like when, for example, parents teacher meeting, they will act differently than after parents teacher meeting. For example, their kid got a grade that's lower and they got disappointed, they will hit their kid with a belt or with anything. I remember when I failed my PSLE, I had to face the wall blindfolded. Uh, but is family issue is something where I feel that I sides if the teenagers are not willing to tell the counselor or the therapist as recommended from their school. I rather tell a trusted friend than the counselor because the counselor will call your parents down, they don't give a fuck. And like the difference between a trusted friend is a trusted friend and a classmate is that when you tell a classmate, your classmate may tell the other classmate that you will spread around your class and may go around the school. But if you tell a trusted friend, that friend may advise you on things that you don't know that you don't see that in that position, you know, or that view. Sorry, I chose the wrong words. But anyway, but yeah, family issue is something that I think we all, no matter like which generation you are, the Gen Z, Gen X, millennials, or Gen Alpha, we can't deny that it is the cause of our mental health. Because sometimes when we go to school, we take that with us, and then we'll start to, you know, our grades will be bad and everything. Some students' grades are bad. It's not because of they being on their phone, they being on their mobile devices. No, and to the Singapore government, you need to see this. No, it's not because of that. No, it's because of what is happening at home. What is happening at home could affect what is happening in school. Think about it. Home is a place where you're supposed to have fun with your family. You're supposed to have family time. You're supposed to be happy. You're supposed to laugh. You're supposed to play on, you know, have fun. All that shit. That's home. In school, you're supposed to study. You're supposed to do your work. And primary school, your homework could be thick as fuck. And then in secondary school, and like you bring home, and then you're affecting these students to bring home their homework that it may be a few pages to you, but you don't know what that kid is going through at home, that it may be hard on them to do their work. Because some students I've seen is that their books are roughly damaged. It's not because they didn't put it nicely on their bag. No, it's not because of that. It's because of what is happening at home. Those less privileged students, their books are roughly damaged. It's not because of they just throw it on the floor, they throw it on the table, they throw it here and there. No, it's because of what is happening at home that's affecting their studies. It's not because like they just go out and play, they don't care about their studies, you know, they go out until 1 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m., whatever timing lah. It's not because of that, it's because of what is happening at home, what they are seeing, what they are witnessing, what they are listening, what they heard is affecting their brains, their tiny brains. And like we students said, "Maki si maki do," and when we learn from our parents, we will take it even further, like take it serious. Like I may say in the wrong perspective way, but I know some teenagers will agree. Our studies is not affected because we are on our phone 24/7. It's not because we are on our computer 24/7. It's not because we go out 24/7. It's not because we like hang out under the block and we do anything. You know, it's not because of that. is because of what is happening at home, what we heard our parents say, what we heard, like all the arguments. Like sometimes some teenagers, those who have friends that their parents love them, never argue in front of them, never like talk backwards in front of them. Some teenagers will compare their friends' family with their own, like their friends' parents' love to their own parents' love. Like teenagers' parents, you may not hear this, you may not see this, you may not hear this, you may not agree with me, but think about it. Think about your teenagers' friends and how their parents teach them. Don't you think your kids will also compare you with their friends' parents? I'm just saying. I'm just saying I could be wrong, but I'm just saying. Like you guys don't see this, but hear this. But it is what it is. You guys got to take it serious because your kids' studies are not affected because of their mobile devices. Sometimes it's because of what is happening at home. Again and again, I keep repeating what is happening at home that's affecting their studies. And the government may say, "Oh, students cannot play their phone in school. Students cannot play their phone after a certain time." Don't you think we do that a little too late? Don't you think we should do that from the very beginning? From the very beginning of when we started primary school a long time ago. Like, don't you think it was a little too late? Like, you guys started now, and then you guys are advising AI, and a podcaster said this once is now you're advising AI, but now you're saying like, oh, we should cool down a bit on the AI, like we should confiscate this student's phone during school hours. Don't you think it's a little too late when you're advising about AI, Chat GPT, all these shit AI apps? It's a little too late, don't you think? Yes, this is a thing that I don't understand. Why do you talk about like confiscating their phone way too late when you're talking about advising AI apps? Like we should have done it like a long time ago. Before 2000s when we gained our independence. But from the bottom of my heart, I'm just saying, do not take it seriously. Take it seriously if you want, but who am I to say? No, I'm just a random teenager that don't know shit. Anyway, oh shit, my phone left 20%. Okay, that's bad. Anyway, off into the next one, which is bullying. Yes, shit, bullying. Okay, I feel most bullies are not let's say are not who they are really, but it's because of they hold too much inside that it force themselves to be mean to that person is so-called bullying lah. But some bullies are not made because like they want to bully that person on purpose. No, it's because they want to feel good. They want to get their stress out, all that shit. And hopefully my voice box is not running out of battery as I'm doing this podcast. But yeah, bullying is sometimes for bullies. I feel like it relieves their stress. Like, yeah, to me lah. To the police, I don't know lah. To the police, you guys can tell me in the comment section down below. You guys can comment on this YouTube video. You guys can comment on my TikTok post. Hey yo, okay. Let's talk about the next one. Social media and digital life. Social media and digital life. Shit. Social media and digital life. I feel like there's still differences between those two. I feel like it's the same thing. We teenagers say like, oh, our favorite idol YouTuber have this. We need to have this. Like, so-called supporting them lah. I keep in a positive way. Okay, teenagers. It's like when our friend have that, and then we're like, wow, they're having so much of that item. Do you think we'll even, like sometimes like you see all these social media ads promoting about airports. Sometimes we feel like we want it, because like our favorite celebrity, our favorite YouTuber, our favorite idol was wearing them or that shit. So yeah. I may have done that before. I'm guilty of that. I'm guilty, past tense. But I'm not. So yeah. So for social media life, I can't say anything because I don't know anything about that. Yes, I am an unk. Alright, I'm just going to wait for the whole conversation saying, Arrash is an unk. Oh my god. What the fuck do I sound so gay? Okay. There's some key contributing factors here. I won't talk about some of it, but because I'm pretty sure I already covered most of it. But the social media and technology factors as well I want to talk about. Constant comparison. What I say, cyberbullying and excessive screen time negatively affect self-esteem and can disrupt sleep. Alright, I won't talk about cyberbullying because I don't know much about cyberbullying, but I'm going to talk about excessive screen time. Okay, parents, you better listening up. Oh my god, this podcast is going to target all the parents. Parents, I'm so sorry, but my bad. Parents, teachers, and principal or whoever you are, please listen up. Excessive screen time for teenagers is it's not because like we purposely don't want to sleep. Okay, like you don't know what your kids are watching, your children are your teenagers are watching. Cause sometimes like you may see them scrolling on TikTok, IG, like you still see them doing the finger motion, like the scrolling motion, yeah. But sometimes what they watch sad quotes about family, like what Google said comparison. They will see family photos on TikTok, and then you start tearing up. They'll start sobbing, doing the sobbing motion. And then when you come into their room, you ask them, "What's going on? Why are you crying?" They'll say, "Oh, nothing. I was just laughing hard." You can't lie. Your kids have said that before. But it's because like when we watch our favorite YouTuber, for example, like I used to love watch Unspeakable because he made me laugh and I was going through a hard time. Let's not talk about that. Because when we see our favorite YouTuber and it makes us laugh, we feel happy. We feel like, oh, we can finally rest, and that's why some of your kids sleep late at night, sleep late as far until tomorrow morning, until midnight or afternoon, whatever shit. But the one thing that you guys can ever do is don't ever tell your friends what your kids watch when they tell you what they're watching, because your kids may set you down beside them and say, hey dad or mom, look, I want to talk about this and that, why I've been watching and why I've been watching that, and why do I feel like I want to tell you. When your kids open up to you, don't use that against them. Don't use that against them, because then you are guilty and then they won't trust you anymore, and then you will start shouting at them and then you start smacking the shit out of them, and then you start you guys get the point now. It's sometimes what we watch that make us feel good when we are stressed from our homework, when we are stressed from our grades, when we are stressed from you guys fighting, because parents sometimes you guys argue late as fuck. That make us stressed, but sometimes when you guys argue, you make us worried because we don't know, like you guys may say like, oh, you're divorcing, all that shit, and then the D will come out which is divorce, and then you guys will be like, and then we teenagers will be like, oh shit, what is going to happen now? I know I'm smiling, but I'm trying to lighten up the mood. I'm trying to talk to you guys about teenagers' mental health, because too many teenagers is going fucking missing in Singapore. 9 days. And then sometimes when your kids talk about doing those stuff with those jumping stuff, hurting themselves or that shit, it's because they don't know how to open up to you guys. Some kids don't know how to open up to their parents. I'm guilty of that. When they when they open up to you, you're going to start smacking the shit out of them. We're going to start scolding the shit out of them. We're going to start mentioning this. You're going to start comparing their friend with them, and then you guys are going to have a huge argument, and then you guys are going to say that your kids are disrespectful to you. And then you guys are going to run to their grandparents, and their grandparents are going to scold them too because for being disrespectful to you. And it's going to spawn a huge argument. It's quite funny because like parents, some parents, they don't give a fuck about their kids' mental health. I will admit some parents, they don't give a fuck, but some parents do give a fuck, and that parents I'm really thankful for. If I see that parents, I'm really so happy when I see like parents having fun with their children or grandchildren or great grandchildren. Anyway, what was I talking about again? Screen time, yes. Sometimes when we play on our phone, it releases our stress. Seriously, parents. I will admit sometimes screen time is bad for us, but at the same time it's also good for us because it makes us less depressed and less want to do the things. And sometimes like when we play our games, we feel happy, all that shit. Yeah. Like I admit it will be annoying hearing your kids shout all the F word or the S word or the C word. But at the same time, you get to see the side of your kid that is happy than being stressed, I guess. And it's quite funny to see a kid freaking out while playing Roblox, but hey, I'd rather have them having fun than them hurting themselves. Am I right, parents? Shit, this podcast episode is targeting all the young adults and the parents. I don't know why. Hey, I'm talking about mental health. Don't come with me with firepower. I know this is going to turn bad. But anyway, we're going to talk about next. Disrupt sleep. I wanted to move on to the next factor, but I see disrupt sleep and I just want to talk about it. Okay, you guys see the shit. I was drinking water and I got choked. Okay, I'm back. Disrupt sleep. Don't worry, I'm gonna cut that part out. Anyway, just let me drink my water. Okay, disrupt sleep. Disrupting your sleep is because that sometimes when we go through a lot in school or at home, I feel like our brains will just keep us up, and it's stressful because like we are so focused on grades and exams and homework and what's going on at home. Like family argument and all shit. Yeah. Is that those things cause us to be up late at night, just sitting down on your bed scrolling through TikTok, and then when you come in, we will get scolded, and then you ask why, and then we will lie. And when we lie and you find out the truth, we got to spend an hour with you and talk about all those shit. Yes, which is annoying to us teenagers, or to me. I feel like it's the same reason as excessive screen time also, like why we stay up, This is not a sponsor, guys, relax. I just got this water bottle for a long time. Yeah. Anyway, back to the next topic, shall we? Hmm. Ooh. Okay, I'm going to talk about one more topic after this topic. I'm going to talk about this topic first, identity and development. Then I'm going to talk about one more topic which is going to cause a lot of hate to me. Adolescence is a time of exploring identity and which can be complicated by gender norms, sexual orientation, and feeling misunderstood. I can't talk about all those things at the top, but I can talk about misunderstood. But I can talk about sexual orientation because I'm not obligated to talk about that on YouTube. So yeah, I'm going to talk about feeling misunderstood though. How do I explain misunderstood so that all the parents that may watch this may understand from as a teenager POV? Ooh, feeling misunderstood. Oh shit. I don't know how to explain it, but I'll explain it in the same way that I explain it on the excessive screen time. You know when you go into your kid's room, for example, like you ask them to sleep at 9:30, right, and put their phone away by 9:30 or so. When you go into the room, for example, they are awake at 9:50 on their phone. And then you thought that they are on call with their friend or something, but actually they are watching a sad TikTok about family problems or that shit. Then you scold at them and they started crying. That's the same way of being misunderstood. And sometimes, like, we teenagers may say things that our friends may take it the wrong way. So yeah, it's like being misunderstood is one of them, but I don't think it's as painful as family issues, trauma, academic, those three things lah. And depression. Hashtag depression. But anyway, I'm going to talk about trauma now, right? I don't know how to explain the misunderstood part because, like, if I explain in the wrong way, then YouTube is going to take down this video, and then I got to send an appeal to make this video alive for you guys to watch, and I don't want to do that. Ooh. Oh. We can talk about world events. Okay guys, I'm so sorry. Just give me a moment, I'm responding to an important message. One moment, okay? Thank you. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, guys. Yeah, guys, like world events. We're going to talk about world events later, but let's talk about trauma. Experiencing or witnessing abuse, violence, neglect, or bullying significantly increases mental health risks. Experiencing and witnessing abuse. Let's clear that first before we go to the rest, alright? Now let's clear experiencing or witnessing abuse, violence, because I feel like those four things are together in the same place. Experiencing and witnessing to me is the same thing. Abuse and violence is also the same thing to me, because like shit. You know, let's put in a family issue perspective, alright? When your kids at a young age, for example, you guys started arguing when they are 6 or when they are to a PSLE, which is 12, I believe, they are going to witness a lot of abuse. When they witness you guys putting hands on each other, like you guys slap the shit out of each other, they are going to get traumatized. you may not notice it. You may see them crying at once, but for example, if a father slapped the mom or the mom slapped the dad, and the kid on watching it as the years goes on, as they turn to 13, 14, 15, 16, or when you guys started arguing with each other when they are a very young age, they will get scared of you for the wrong freaking reasons. For example, if you raise your hand just to carry them, or just to high five them, or just to shake their hand, they will flinch because they are terrified that you may slap them, you may punch them, you may whip them, you may do shit to them when you guys did to each other in front of them. That is called traumatizing. And when you guys let your kids watch that, or when your kids witness that or experience that shit, they will take it to school. It will affect their grades. You guys will scold them, you guys will put hands on them, you guys will slap them, you guys will whip them. I don't know what parents do these days, but yeah, that is going to be traumatizing to your kids. That will be painful for you because they will be scared of you for the wrong reasons. And when your kids witness that, they will tell to their friends. And if you are unlucky, their friends will tell social guidance or whatever they call it. So parents, if you guys want to argue or you guys want to slap each other, please don't do it in front of your kids. Do it behind, not when they're home, please. Cause like, even when you guys like argue, when you guys say, "What the fuck are you home so late?" I don't know what parents will be arguing about these days. When your kids hear that, your kids will be traumatized. Trust me. You may not see them, like, even if you're arguing in your bedroom and your kids is in the living room enjoying their television, and if they lower down that television volume because they heard a commotion, they will be traumatized. They won't talk to you anymore unless you talk to them, because they're scared. If they talk to you, you may start raising your voice, you may start smack the shit out of them, and they'll be terrified of you. So that may cause each trauma. And I feel abuse and violence for kids, for teenagers, when it comes from our parents first, then it comes from those our so-called our friends, and then it comes from our girlfriend or boyfriends. So yeah, I'm not done yet talking about the traumatized thing. All right. Okay, I'm done. But seriously, like, yeah, that's one of the traumatized. There's probably a lot of traumatized ways that your kids can get traumatized by you, but I won't talk about it. But now we're going to talk about world events. Events like the COVID-19 pandemic and concerns about climate change contribute to heightened anxiety and feelings of uncertainty. COVID-19, for example, back in 2019, we didn't know about it. We only know about it in 2020. We had to wear masks, all that shit. So yeah, and then it affects teenagers because we didn't know, like, is that the end of the world, or I mean, it would there be a world war, because when all the events was going on, we were terrified about the youth with all of things that may spark a World War III at some point. So yeah, COVID-19 was one of the events that I was terrified for my life. Because I didn't know what will happen. It looks like the purge. Like, streets are empty, coffee shops are empty, malls are empty. Like, this shit looked like a ghost town during COVID-19. You guys can deny it, okay? Climate change. Oh shit. As Singapore get hotter and hotter and hotter, which I think the hottest right now is 30 degrees if I'm not wrong. In other country, as it get hotter, we will start feeling dizzy, even dizzier. I'm not a scientist, but I can tell you, being under the heat will get us dizzy for a long time. And we will sometimes just tell you like, oh, we are fine, but we are actually not fine. Because I think the dizziness because we didn't want to, make you guys worried. So yeah, those are the world events that may traumatize us. Why is it worse now, according to Google? Interconnected issues. These factors often overlap with intensify each other, creating a cycle of stress. Symptomatic I don't know how to pronounce that word. Lack of affordable mental health services and symptomatic inequalities make it harder for many teens to get help. I feel this is false. I feel like that is false. Because we teenagers sometimes get help from a trusted friend or a listening ear friend. Hashtag thank you to those kind of friends. We need more of you. So yeah. I feel like sometimes we don't go to a counselor, we go to our friends because sometimes our friends understood us more than those counselors. But no hate against counselors. Seriously, no hate against you guys because you guys are a hero so that doesn't wear a cape because you guys listen to. Oh my gosh, my microphone died. Oh, okay, it's back on. You guys are also those kind of heroes that listen to our problems, So shout out to you guys. Don't stop doing what you guys do. So yeah. Even sometimes like right now, even if you want to promote mental health and say you guys can go to a counselor and then you guys can talk to a counselor, it's a bit hard because we don't know like we don't know like if you guys will take it like those teenagers nowadays. So yeah, that's all I can say for that shit lah. I can't say anything else because I don't know that much also. This next section is what I just covered lah. What are the mental health issues of teens? Some common mental health challenges are anxiety, depression, eating disorders, substance use, and expressing trauma. They can affect a teen's usual way of thinking, feeling, or acting and interfere with daily life, adding to the urgency. Mental health teenagers among teens are not uncommon. They are Google is not wrong. Okay. Sorry, just been going down my chair. Google is not wrong. But Google is also not right. Because it's up to us teens if we want to get the help. The keyword is if we want to get the help. It's not a matter about what's holding us back. Because what is holding us back is our own self. That is what is holding us back to get this help from. Doesn't matter is it from our teachers, from the school counselor, from the school therapist, from the school classmate, friends. Yeah, you guys get the point lah. It's not of who is holding us back. It's if we want to get the help or not. Sometimes sometimes staying quiet is a better way to get help. To me, to teenagers nowadays, I don't know. But to me, that's the same way. But before like I end this shit and then like just say goodbye until the next podcast episode is to teenagers out there, um please don't be scared to get help. Doesn't matter. It can be your friends, it can be your cousins, it can be your uncle, it can be your auntie, it can be your siblings. You guys get the point now. Seeking help is better than hurting yourself. It may be hard, but at the end of the day, at the end of this life, when God created us, He didn't want us to do all that shit, slashing, jumping off buildings, all that shit. He wants us to see how we overcome His challenges. It's out to the matter of whether you want to get help or not. Please do get help because life never stops teaching you, and sometimes these teenagers, get yourself a friend that who went through worse things than you, because those people has greater advice than any people that you know. No hate to the parents, but I feel like when a teenager talk to a teenager who has the same issue, they can advise each other. And I feel right now that's what most teenagers need than going missing. To those teenagers who are going missing, my key word is please go home. Please get yourself some help. Take your time. But at some point, just accept it and say to yourself, you need the help. It's not because someone told you to, someone forced you to, someone bribed you to get the help. No, it's because you want to do it and you know you need it. That is a key thing that you guys need to do. At some point, we all go through the same challenges. Not like the exact same lah, but family issue. We all have that. Not all of us, but some of us. Some of us also are privileged with parents that are not easily misunderstood of their children and not argue with each other all that shit. Please, if you are one of those kids who are privileged with those kind of family, don't talk crap about the other students that has a kind of problem, because you wouldn't know what they have to go through at home unless you've been inside their shoes. And like Eminem say once, you don't know what I'm going through unless you've been in my shoes. I don't think that's Eminem quote, but I got to scratch it. Like Sylvester Stallone, aka Rocky Balboa, once said, it doesn't matter about how many times you get hit. It matters about how many times you want to get up and keep moving forward, because that's how life works. Nobody hit harder than life. Not you, not me, not anyone. That's Sylvester Stallone. Yeah, you get it. Rocky Balboa. Okay, wait. I want to say that quote. Wait. It ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. I'm gonna say the full thing. Parents, this is for you. And teenagers is also for you, because this quote has been with me for quite some time right now. Let me tell you something you already know. The world ain't all sunshines and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. Okay? Mental health challenges. You, me, or nobody is going to hit as hard as life, but it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward, how much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done. Now, if you know what you are worth, then go out and get the hits and not pointing fingers saying you in where you are, what want to be because of him or her or anybody. Cowards do that, and that ain't you. You are better than that. I'm always going to love you no matter what. No matter what happens, you're my son, you're my blood, you're the best thing in my life. But until you start believing in yourself, you ain't going to have a life. That's Rocky Balboa conversation between him and his son. So like Rocky said, if you know what you worth, go out and get hit. It doesn't matter about how hard you can hit. It's about how hard you can get up and keep moving forward, because that's how winning is done. My dude. So there's a quote for this episode. Tune in next week for another breaking news. I'm joking, guys. Anyway, what I wanted to talk about. Oh fuck, I forgot what I wanted to talk about. Oh shit, okay, we cover about Greenland, we cover about mental health. What else should we talk about? I think 2 topics is enough, right? Yeah. Holy shit. The first half of this episode, it was like breaking news, the second half is like targeting to parents and like I feel guilty right now. Hashtag I don't. But yeah. But anyway. Fuck, I forgot what I wanted to say. Piece of shit. I got the thing that I wanted to say at the edge of my head, but now I forgot. Oh, and one more quote. Life doesn't stop teaching you. So no matter what age you are, doesn't matter if you are 19, 29, 39, 49, 59 or 100 and fucking 19. Life won't stop teaching you shit. And if you are 119, shout out to you. Hey guys, can I just play the Rocky Balboa speech, please? Thanks.
World ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very
Yeah, I want to find the original one.
Let me tell you something you already know. The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. But you gotta be willing to take the hits and not point fingers saying you ain't where you want to be because of him or her or anybody. Cowards do that, and that ain't you. You're better than that.
Guys, I'm emotional. Yeah. But anyway, that's all from me today. I'll see you guys on the next one. As always, before you guys go, click the subscribe button, click the like button. I'm still working on the intro, so yeah, you guys got to deal with it without any intro music for some time. My bad. And there's no outro right now, but I'm working on an outro video as I'm recording, as I'm editing this video. So yeah. But anyway, I'll see you guys on the next one. As always, I love you guys from the bottom of my heart. I'll see you guys on the next one. Woo! Woo! I'll see you guys on the next one. As always, did I say that already? Don't forget to drink water, don't forget to eat, don't forget to sleep, don't forget to seek help. Oh my god, I nearly did a move that spoke history. Anyway, I'll see you guys on the next one. Mafia, oh, can't say that no more. Arrash, out.